right, I'm John Dutton, and we are Spilled Ink. It is Friday night. I am looking forward to this after a long week in the classroom, so I'm going to enjoy all of you tonight.
This one, I'll do a brief introduction. Basically, the working title is Clowning Around. And I wrote it because I'm in a situation where I feel like I'm in performance mode and things are crazy because I started a new job. But it can probably apply to a bunch of different situations. Life is a circus, and sometimes I play the clown with all the balls I'm juggling around, afraid to let any hit the ground. I want to be the ringmaster, just overseeing the disaster, but instead I jam into the clown car, knowing things shouldn't have got this far. I want to say, not my circus, not my monkeys, to all the chaos around me, but I keep engaging in all the enraging drama staging. Busy walking the high wire, trying to be a high flyer, having it all without being a liar. The situation is dire. Watch me jump through this hoop of fire. Self is a mire when you are willing to be set on fire just to inspire. Those who only come to watch you fail, humiliation for sale. Time to balance the scale. I can leave the circus at any time. A free mind doesn't cost a dime. The next time they want me to play the crown, I won't stick around for a breakdown. Nothing is worth losing my crown.
So I have three relatively short poems today. As Billy Collins would say, king size, cigarette size. So the first one is looking for something else. Begin with a metaphor where colors assume flavors, synesthetically assign each a taste. The more preposterous, the better. Except the relationship should be based in the reality of actual sustenance, while reversing usual associations so that Ray becomes woke to the hidden connections of cause-effect, of dialogue in future tense, that bright eyes can't decipher from behind dirty glasses. Floating table turns cause celeb for reciting Sartre while waltzing above lazy chairs, swallowing cream puffs, demonstrating how a list of instructions won't help you locate the next step. Okay, welcome back, Art. So the next one's called New World. Even as I decide tomorrow's color scheme, I don't treat that as prediction for, let me start this over. Don't tread on the keyboard. New World. Even as I decide tomorrow's color scheme, I don't treat that as prediction for the next day's perspective. Changes under the absence of light require I recreate myself daily, using leftover words to remind me who I intend to be in perfect circumstances, which I will recognize in the jumble of texts and varieties of light that I organize into my life every morning. And okay, he's not whoa, darn, what did you just do? All of a sudden my pointers just went ginormous. So, okay, mind over matter. My memories are not a desire to return to what was, who was there. Those are gone. Want has no meaning for what's past. Regret changes nothing except to alter lenses for reading maps to the future. My memories of you only tell me how I came to feel as I am. The why of then no longer matters, except I can identify patterns, recognize clues to guide how I choose to be now with who I am now. That's all that matters. The more I remember, the more neutral thoughts of you become. simply there. Actions, reactions, recorded for some careless posterity. You are no longer necessary.
This is the one, John, that doesn't have a title. I am like glass, carved to chips, broken, each collected over years of desk-bound tasks. Yet take me down, sip my story, line by line, word by word. I spill ink, black wine through the old glass, each bottle a story waiting to be opened, and I empty, waiting to be filled. Innisfree Highlands, Germany, France, green bottle, blue button bottle, and amber line the shelves. I collect stuff to pretend I am real. And in candlelight, I can take a bottle down, and maybe it's a table for two and not another night alone. But mostly I am attracted by the one bottle I still don't understand. White cream inlaid with gold seal and uncorked, I can almost taste the wine of memory and wonder what stories this one bottle kept for so long can decant. I don't understand why it brings sadness while I dance a waltz, alone, surrounded by green bottled memories. One more day before the truck comes to collect the junk of my life, I finger the amber glass. Do I shuffle it from what can't fit in the suitcase to what I have to keep, to what I have to let go? I hold just one more bottle. Okay, so this one is shorter if I can get the laptop to cooperate. Premeditated boredom. A day off of everything, a do-nothing day, tranquil, even lackluster. Savage boredom to some, but the bliss of no plans, no to-dos, no hopping to, no scuffing, just the radiance of a do-nothing day. And then this is what a whale dreams. What a whale dreams, and who will tell? The whale who dreamt the sea all days, bells, whistle, chimes, perform dance and tag, eat dead squid, splash the first row. Well, sometimes that is fun. All night when the stars are out, the amphitheater empty, floating alone in tank darkness, I dream the sea. Blue water, tasting of salt and only diluted chemicals. I itch awake, flinch, and return to a dream of deep, cold blue. I dream the long glide, free to dive and dive, only to awake to bells, whistles, chimes. Thank you.
This is called confidence. Never let life's daily challenges turn you to a shade of gray. Pay no attention to what the critics say. Stay tuned in to the unique you, creative, energetic, and caring. So when you see the rainbows start to fade, think how wonderfully you are made. A vibrant hue, that is you. That's it.
The first one I'm going to read is called Real Magic. Simplicity allows for complexity. Ask any magician. A few numbers, random interaction, then folded for dimension provides a dynamic regulation where similarity does not hinder uniqueness. The ABCs of universe define space. In our haste, we forget that dimension, time, defines how we may create and provoke change. The ultimate trick for any master of the arcane is to step off the arrow of time. When we are free, we choose the moment. Imagine an airplane in which you are contained. It leaves the ground at birth. In your mirth, delight, and consternation, all you do is contained until it crashes down in death at the destination. Would you not seek to free yourself from such curse? Perhaps become a skydiver into timeless space, caught in the froth of time's fine lace of causation. You would rock back and forth between now and then. The granular qualities of a unique container no longer determines your interactions. You pick, then choose who you are, where you are, and most of all, the age you would be as you mingle in the full scope of eternity. Now, this is the magic of masters. Here is where you leap from causation to a transparency of integration. You allow yourself to interact with the facts as desire demands, instead of being weighed down in death time commands. Come, it's as simple as A, B, C. Come, skydive from time's death jet with me. Now that was the first one. Let me back up here a second and I'll get to the second one. And this one's another one that's different. Okay, this one's called When the Silence Has Awoken. Jungles hold secrets tangled in roots and vines, lost secrets, back alleys taken by the divine, forgotten until someone stumbles across these cul-de-sacs of time, awakens what's best should be allowed to sleep. Explorers laugh when danger is mentioned. The question of death is part of the thrill. Horror is over the horizon. What lies unseen breathes into the quiet, the nerves tickled, quickly forgotten. Where they camped appeared to be Eden. After miles of fighting swamp, gifts are taken off too quickly. We forget what else may love a garden. What is called home may resent what intrudes. The archetype for human used by many efforts to find intelligence. Intelligence uses every and any surface it finds to add thoughts together. Bees dance for directions, but listen to the queen for guidance and production. This island was the heart of the hive. Fresh meat for babes was how these wondrous creatures survived. The few who fled in time came back to our civilization, the horror still etched upon their souls and revealed by their faces. They spoke of the buzzing, and their pictures upon their phones showed only a stirring of hives. Those who listened and laughed when they said, "They're alive!" Everyone knew it was probably a mushroom's bloom. Little did they believe that the island was awakened. The hive knew there was a bounty beyond the swamp. Soft creatures who would feed the larva waiting to awake. The few who knew fled the hospital, fled the state, afraid to sleep and afraid they could not go far enough from where the nightmares wait.
I'm going to read a poem that was written recently to a prompt that was just the word afternoon. And John Dutton and any other teachers, you'll be surprised since I'm retired that I ended up writing about teachers. So it's just called Teachers, April 2021. Sunday afternoon anxiety. Staple of a teacher's life, weekend pleasure or none. Damaging, likely. Paralyzing for some. Tolerance developed for most. Until Sunday, second Easter in a pandemic year, last day off in spring break week. Anxiety posts pop up Friday, multiplying Sunday afternoon. Not unlike feelings expressed in the past, but distress, desperation, dread, desire to quit, increasing exponentially. Pandemic teaching, virtual turned hybrid, small group in school, black screens on Zoom, few smiling exceptions. Teachers always on display, no breathing space for reflection, fresh ideas, creativity, colleague interaction, a feeling of imprisonment. Like caged birds, lions, wolves pacing back and forth, following a circle around and around, giraffes, primates, tongue playing, bar biting on gates, fences of enclosure, symptoms of anxiety, becoming zoochotic, diseased, zoochosis. Teachers count weeks, days, 10 weeks, 68 calendar days till last day of school. Not unique, but now counting class periods, 20 each class for odd even schedules, strapped in on a Zoom train until mid-June. Reach out, they need us, support them, respect them, listen to their voices as post-pandemic changes evolve. They know best. I may have retired just in time, but my colleagues are suffering. Let them be the ones to set the course to reinvent education. And then I have one short one called Garden World.
Excellent.
Hyacinths, lacy purple, can't hold themselves up, top heavy, reliant on support, planter rim, teak bench frame, all those little blooms adding up to considerable weight, daily stress, but also joy. Tulips, orange, yellow, variegated, rise today with amplitude, tall and proud, power of singularity. In life, I'd rather be a hyacinth, purple, graceful in determination, generous, loved by a brood of florets, held up by a village. I love tulips nonetheless, dancing above a troop of green, even when the breeze is still.
I wasn't planning on reading this about teachers, but you inspired me there, Cathy. So
Great.
this is called Driver's Seat. Here you go. Empty seats in front of me where students once marked the spot. Loving hearts rush in where fools dare not. Empty classrooms, starved souls just like empty pots. Shocked from the shot that students are home in knots. The room deathly quiet. My will is all I've got. It's like teaching to air, but I can never stop. My heart submerged in emptiness. Pressure rises to the top. Alone in a solitary room, like a horror movie plot. Little voices wish for school to open, sadly to no avail. COVID is in the driver's seat, so you begin to wail like seeing your colors of the rainbow only in grayscale. It feels like hugging the wind as you inhale, like holding the bluest water in arms like a pail, like sitting alone in the warden's jail. Yearning of sailing high seas with abandoned sails, hopes and dreams in hearts still prevail. I've got minds to mold and I cannot fail. It ails me to teach this way through sorrow and travail. No teachers stop by just to check in. Tiny boxes with a side chat. That's how my day begins. I follow the schedule and check off the safety list. I blink to hold back the tears forming in the mist. Teaching to screens with confused cares, and at times the saddest eyes and blank stares. I exhale, sigh, and pray upward to heaven's skies, wishing these screens would somehow come alive, and my classroom once again filled with bright, inquisitive eyes. Thanks.
I do have the one thing that is working really well is we have been doing daybook writing. And I give them prompts, and of course we're doing, because it's National Poetry Month, we're doing poetry. And this is the one highlight, is when I have one or two brave students, not in all my classes, but one or two in some of the classes that will actually share. And it usually is the highlight of my day. For the 1 minute that they talk their poem or speak their poem, and I just love it. So we did a masked poem, and taking an object and bringing it to life. So it was Tuesday, the opening day of the Nats. So I wrote about a baseball bat. I am a baseball bat, tan as a sandy beach, made to ward off spheres hurled towards my owner, made to bring thousands of people to their feet with one swing, made of the finest wood in all of the land, lacquered, polished, and branded by the Louisville Slugger Company. I am a baseball bat. And then the next day when we did it again, I wrote about a paperback novel. I'm a paperback novel, my pages white as a chicken's egg, worn out with love from your fingertips, held tenderly in your embrace, bringing forth all of your emotions, loving the ending, but hating that our time together is over. I am a paperback novel. And that was what I bring this week. All right. I'm John Dutton, and we have Spilled Ink. We had a wonderful night. I just love hearing you guys chat and listen to your thoughts. It was just wonderful, especially after a long week. I think everybody agrees with me on that. It's just nice to sit and just listen and relax and enjoy each other, and how creative we can be. So I want to thank you. You know, I love you all, and I can't wait for 2 weeks when we do it all again. So I am John Dutton. We are Spilled Ink, and you guys take care. Okay. Have a good one, guys.